Magnum Pi. We are Initiative Zero. I am here as always with Teku, Golgotha, Vahilo, and Dark Templar. This is the Second City Chronicle. It is our Chronicles of Darkness actual play. We are on Chapter 5 of our actual play game here in our first story for this chronicle called Of Mice and Men. We just want to say thank you to our new subscribers. We really appreciate you guys. Thank you to everybody that's hopped onto our Discord. Please join the conversation there. We're a little bit zany and wild when it comes to our conversations. Might even possibly confuse you, but hey, it's a good time. So hop on there and help those new people feel a little bit less lonely or less I don't know, inundated by us being so excited to see them there. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us always on our channel and YouTube. If you see something you like, put a comment down below. We'd love to hear from you. Subscribe if you really like us. That really helps the channel grow. And without much further ado, we're going to rejoin Grayson and Christopher, who have just had a very particularly weird experience, and they're probably, I'm assuming, you guys are going to kind of debrief about that.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
That seems appropriate.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will let you guys kind of direct the show here. It is probably, you guys are going to reconvene for supper, I think you said last time, or something?
Well, just for a drink. I think we're going to go to like a pub or someplace.
Okay. And it is still Monday, the 12th of December, 2005. A lot of snow around.
Right, so let's go to a place on campus.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Did you want to bring him to like the sort of faculty lounge there?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, letting the librarian into the
inner circle, man.
Oh,
yeah.
Fancy. All right. Cool. So you guys get yourselves a table, you get yourselves a drink, and there you are.
So that was
something
different.
Yeah. So what happened? What do you think happened? Because I don't know what happened. What I do know that happened was we ended up in a place that doesn't seem to exist anymore, but was clearly there.
So, time travel.
Which is impossible, and yet...
Well, apparently it's just improbable.
Yeah, because I don't have any other response, but that's, defies every law of physics that we know of, so...
I mean, neither of us is really old enough to be Doc, and having two Martys is just going to get confusing.
Sorry, what's that reference?
Nothing. It's probably fine.
Anyways, I had a weird sensation when it's a weird thing to say, when the football player grabbed me. It felt like he was still there for a while. I don't know.
Like afterward?
Yeah, I mean, he disappeared. He grabbed me and disappeared.
Now, when you say still there, do you mean the sensation of him grabbing you, or just...
I don't even really know. It's still a strange feeling. It's I don't know if it's his presence or... It just was very, very unusual. And let's talk about, like, the outfits they were dressed in. Like, we're talking, like, what, 1930s, 1940s?
1950s.
Yeah.
Or more like the 50s.
You got 1950s?
Yeah. 40s, 50s.
Really pushy customer at the next table. Yeah.
That's
yeah,
right.
I know.
Leaning
Please.
in.
Yeah.
What do you know? So...
I'm going to turn and ask if they got that reference I was making earlier.
Okay, just outside
Great
for people
Scott.
listening, I do understand the reference, but character Grayson does not, because he doesn't watch movies. He's more into documentaries.
Which are not movies.
No, evidently not.
Well, nonfiction. Anyways, fuck all of you.
Pretty
Anyways,
sure that was Grayson's thesis.
Yes.
Documentaries are not movies.
That's right, by Grayson Bridger. Can Grayson Bridger roll resolve for me? Just resolve alone.
Resolve alone.
Make sure it's a sheet roll, not a
Okay.
combat roll here.
Let me get this. Grace Ritter.
That's not good.
Uh-oh.
Just
Look
resolve
at
alone.
Oh.
So I can only only resolve?
Just resolve, yeah.
Okay, let me make sure that's normal. Sheet roll, resolve.
That's a good start.
Oh, wait, why is that not working? Okay, there we go. Boom. And no modifiers, right?
No modifiers. Oh, that's not bad. You reduced it by 2, so he's fully successful, just not exceptionally successful. Yeah, you as you try to formulate your ideas and communicate them to Christopher, you find that your mind is flitting to different things. You keep coming back to Samantha Way, kind of, just retracing her curves in your mind, and the last time you guys were together in an intimate way, and then the time before that, and such, and you kind of snap out of that and realize that you're kind of staring at the waitress, and then you kind of look back at Christopher, and your mind is wandering. Let's put it that way, through some old memories.
Do I notice this?
No, you can give me a wits plus probably socialize would do.
Sure.
Yeah, that would help you determine what's going on. To see if you notice him behaving weird. Oh yeah. He's not paying attention to the conversation entirely.
He's distracted, let's say.
Yeah.
And I'll kind of notice that and wait for the waitress to pass and say, "Is she a friend of yours?"
Sorry, what? No, sorry. I sorry, my mind's wandering a little bit. I guess I'm still a bit shaken by what we experienced.
It's a busy day, I guess, but sorry, I was in the middle of bravely running away. I didn't notice that the football player got you.
He reached into the hole that we were in. Yeah, it's it's probably, I don't know. Maybe I'm just overreacting to, I don't know, what maybe a ghost. And
that's just it. Cheerleaders don't typically.
Well, it's a ridiculous thing to even say.
Form of cheerleader shape of,
So here's my thoughts. Maybe going into the vent, maybe, I don't know, maybe there's some sort of, I don't know, carbon monoxide issue. Maybe we should talk to somebody about that. Maybe we're slowly poisoning ourselves.
Well, that's the issue that I've been mulling over is, yeah, there are traps in the vent. Yeah, there could be some other sort of agent going on, but both of us saw the same thing. We had a shared experience, it seems, and so that's not.
Yeah, no,
that wouldn't be a typical response to that sort of a situation.
There's history and records of like shared psychosis, but never thought I'd experience it myself.
And I figured that there would have to be some sort of communication to really trigger that, and yeah, no, I don't know. All this to find the person who stole the book. Well, I'll be honest, as much as I appreciate the idea of bringing someone to justice, I'm just as happy getting the book back.
Oh, absolutely. I genuinely don't care about who's. Well, that's not true. I was going to say I don't care about who stole it. I do care about who stole it, but I want to know why they stole it.
Oh, don't get me wrong. My preference would be, justice being served and all that. But, as a consolation prize, I'd be just as happy getting it back. If it was, choose one.
Well, the whole thing's very bizarre. I told you that I spoke to Richard Quay. He came to talk to me and asked me if I could continue to help him. I said, I do everything I can to help him. I've been friends with his, future daughter-in-law for years, but I don't really know.
Well, it's strange that. That's kind of what. That's a rough connection here. Is your ties to Richard Quay and my ties to Albert Quay culminating in this book. That's more or less the commonality here between us.
Well, I'll say that my ties, such as they are to Richard, are pretty tenuous. I mean, I had only briefly seen him at faculty events, where we were basically hitting people up for donations for the department. Same with Albert, right? And of course his fiance I've been friends with for years. But other than that, I don't really even know the men very well. But which is why when the police came to talk to me about this book, I had no reference for it whatsoever.
The Quay family is quite good at least striking interesting characters.
Well, Richard spoke to me. He said that one of the reasons why they look for these, books or artifacts or whatever you wish to call them, I think I described to you, is that that their original owners, or they were taken from their original owners and without, they're basically stolen. And sadly, enough. I mean, like I said, there's a history in the Western world of looting the developing world, and I mean,
in the name of academia, yes.
Yeah, by God, the British Museum is filled with loot.
I mean, as far as the book is concerned, I would be happier to see you have a chance to at least assess it for, the potential academic yields that it could hold.
That's the other thing that confuses me, because everything I've heard about it, it's not even really in my field of study. I mean, my field of study is primarily Near Eastern history and religion. Everything I've told, it doesn't seem to match any of the things I'd be studying. But who knows?
But it's, relatively unstudied.
Yeah.
I mean, looking at the register of people that have taken it out, it's sparse at best.
Do you have a list of people who took it out?
I do believe we looked at that, and I think it hadn't been checked out to this point.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's something to, I guess, continue to look for, but I mean, it's probably already on the antiquities market.
It well could be, but I mean, these things do have a way of turning up. But
yeah, usually in auctions, market auctions, or Sotheby's, because they're as corrupt as can be.
I'm going to quickly shift over when you say these things have a way of turning up. The scene will cut over to two teenagers in an alley catching their breath as they've just made their way quickly away from a pursuer and lost him in the traffic. So Elliot and Karen.
What the fuck was that?
It's my uncle.
Why is he chasing after you?
He's probably trying to take me home.
How old is that guy?
I don't know. Maybe in his 40s.
He doesn't run like he's in his 40s.
He's fit.
He didn't look very fit either.
Well, I don't know. Must just be fast. But I think we lost him.
I hope so. I think that was scary.
Well,
how did he know you were around here? Do you think that was just an accident?
I don't know. He knows people in the city.
So he's got, spies?
No, but people in the community. They saw me. That's why I want to stay north of the river.
Well, man, with a family like that, I guess you don't need enemies, eh?
Well, he wouldn't hurt me. He just doesn't understand.
Understand what?
That home isn't safe.
So he wants to bring you back to your dad. Is that what you're saying?
Probably. I mean, he came here to help us out. He was in Philly last.
I see. And you think this person can't help us because he doesn't understand?
He'll think the safest place for me is at home. because now the police are watching and things like that. But he just doesn't understand. It's so much. They couldn't do it. They couldn't protect us, and they're after me. And she actually keeps like she's kind of she's kind of crouched down, and she's kind of rubbing her calf on her left leg. She just keeps kind of massaging it and wincing once in a while.
Are you okay? Just an ankle?
She's like, it'll be okay, right? And
we'll take a look at it. Did you nick something?
It'll be okay. You can give me, like, she won't let you add it, but you can give me a wits plus medicine just to kind of assess just from where you are if you really want to.
Plus medicine, which is a -3 unskilled. So this is going to be a chance die.
Cool.
Or
so
no, it's not going to be chance die. It's 1.
Is it 1?
No, it's not chance die. I have 1.
Your wits is 4.
And I failed.
Wow, cool. All right. Yeah, so, you try to see what she's, but she's,
yeah.
She kind of positions her body and just kind of gives you this look like mind your own business sort of thing.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry. If you're limping, you might not be able to run nearly as fast next time.
I'll run if I have to.
Okay. Fair enough.
Sorry, go
ahead.
I was going to say, are we going to try to figure out that book at the library now? Or?
Well, yeah, we might as well go.
Yeah. All right.
My bad.
It's all good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's head there. Anyone can be better than here. You can't outrun a train, can he?
She kind of laughs. I don't think so.
Well, all right, let's go.
All right. So you guys do make your way back to the University of Illinois at Chicago, the library there. And, you walk back in, and it's the same person that was working the other shift sitting there.
Who was it again?
I can't remember if I gave a name or not, but it's just...
it's Clerk.
Yeah, the clerk, yeah.
Right. Hey, Clerk, how's it going, buddy?
Fine. You're back.
Yeah, we're back. I told you to be back.
You did.
Surprised to see us? Yes.
Honestly, no. You were pretty convincing that you would be back. So.
All right. So, about those pages, do you have anyone that's available today to see these pages?
Yeah, actually. He's in. His shift just started. He normally works nights, but he's got a morning shift today. I hope he's awake, but yeah.
I'm itching to see what this book is all about. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, if you guys just kind of find a seat.
I haven't even stopped thinking about it.
I guess so. Yeah. If you guys just have a seat over there at one of the tables, yeah, I'll tell him that you're here and interested in learning some more about this stuff. So
sounds good.
Yeah. And what's your name?
It's Elliot.
Elliot. Okay, Elliot. I will tell him that there's an Elliot who has some questions about a book, and his name's Jim. He'll help you out.
His name's what? Sorry.
Jim.
Jim. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Clark.
Like Jim. Jim.
Oh, okay.
All right. Cool. And
can we sit down?
Yeah, Karen just kind of is looking around at all the books. She keeps looking over her shoulder and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
let's look at that book again.
Yeah, you pull it out, start flipping through.
Okay. Well, last time we did these pages, right? I put the same pages we did last time.
Yeah.
I wonder if this time, if you write down what you see, and I write down what I see, whether they'll be exactly the same as the first time that we did it. What do you think?
I don't know.
Give it a shot?
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's give it a shot.
Okay.
Okay.
So you guys...
And by the way, last time we played, I did make a impression on that.
That's right.
Those pages.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
And
so
you
we
guys,
both make our things.
yeah, you guys do that again. You guys are making the same symbols that you made before. They aren't the same, right? You guys don't. But what I mean by they aren't the same is that you don't make the same symbols that she does, but you do make the same symbols that you made before.
Interesting.
Yeah. And,
Man, that's nuts.
And she, she's like, well, I'm still seeing the same stuff. I still don't understand any of it.
Me either. That's pretty fascinating, don't you think?
Well, it's just weird. Like, what?
Do you feel anything when you're like, when you touch the pages? Do you feel anything?
Just pages.
Put your hand on the pages.
Yeah, and you guys are touching the pages of the book and things like that, and you guys...
Wait. I want to do something. Sorry,
Okay.
1 sec.
No, that's fine.
When she puts her hand on the page, I want to put my hand on her hand.
Okay. You put your hand on her hand, and she kind of looks up at you and kind of blushes a little bit.
Do I feel any warmth from her hand? Or just is it just frigidly cold?
No, she's about as warm as a thin girl in a well conditioned library in the winter would be, right?
Okay. No, I was just curious. Like, I just want to I don't know much about. I want I haven't really.
No,
I couldn't get close enough. I couldn't get close enough to touch her calf or anything like that right earlier. So I want to see what's. So is she trembling or anything like that? There's any of that going on when I touch her hand?
Mostly kind of, I don't know, teenage girl and teenage boy hand-to-hand contact, that sort of trembling, but nothing, she kind of, like I said, she kind of blushes a little when she looks up at you, like she looks at you touching her hand, then kind of looks up at you and blushes a little bit.
Okay, and I want to look at her and I say, I want you to know that you can trust me.
She kind of nods. Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, okay.
Can I roll to break down a door?
Yeah, you can totally kick in a door. Let's see what you got here. It would be, because this is the next day, you're right. And yeah, so what are you using here?
I'm using love.
So empathy, manipulation, or presence?
Well, probably gonna.
Are you trying to use you're there looking at her, like kind of the you're just using the weight of your personality, or are you trying to convince her? Are you trying to get her to do something? That would be. Is it? I guess. Are you kicking in the door, or are you opening it up?
What?
So
what?
if you look at your sheet.
Shit, I can't. My thing's frozen.
It's okay. I'll tell you about it then. Other people can see.
Okay, sorry.
Right, all of your categories, each category has a power attribute, a finesse attribute, and a resistance attribute.
Yeah.
So in social, presence is your power attribute. That's the equivalent of your strength, right? If we were to kind of physicalize it.
Right.
Manipulation is the equivalent of your dexterity. So your approach here, is it with power or is it with finesse?
Oh, it's finesse.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So
finesse.
manipulation and empathy.
Sounds good.
Are you using any willpower?
Yes.
You still got some, right?
I can't use persuasion here, can I?
You're not really trying to. You said you were appealing to emotion,
yeah,
right?
I'm feeling love. Yeah, I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
Let me just one of these little gems out here.
Yeah.
All right.
So
cool.
Now we're doing a social maneuver, right? So.
Yep.
And you remember how many doors you still had left to open, right?
I believe it's 2.
Yeah. Cool. So manipulation plus empathy. If you're spending willpower, you got to add your 3.
Yep.
You're opposed by her composure, which is 3. So you have to reduce your approval by that.
So I'm curious.
Yeah.
Because I'm not trying to I'm trying to use an emotion.
Yeah.
Why is her composure still going against me? I'm just curious. I don't know why.
She's trying to maintain composure in a public place. She's trying to, you know what I mean? She's trying to not just gush over you, right? Like that sort of
Fair
thing.
enough,
Like,
but also, I would, if we're building a friendship, and I'm breaking these doors down, like, wouldn't I be chipping away at this composure? I'm not trying to.
That's what the doors. That's what the doors represent. The doors are caused by her composure. So
right.
She has a number of doors equal to her composure.
Okay. So. Okay. I was just curious because I'm like always like I'm trying to befriend her, and I have befriended her weeks. Like we've been playing for obviously in the game like days or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. Would I have like gotten some plus because or her composure maybe we would be like a 2 or a 1 because we've been developing this relationship.
No, her composure hasn't changed. What has changed is by unlocking those doors, that is the whittling away. These are not resolved. These are like you don't get benefits from previously opening door. Now you failed one though, which increases the difficulty, right? Mm-hmm. So your difficulty goes up by 1, or actually -1. So you're -1 to your roll. So you only have 2 dice then. I think, right? What's your manipulation?
2.
And your empathy, yeah. So you're going to be your total modifier is going to be -1, right?
Really?
Yeah, because you had previously failed a social maneuvering.
Okay.
So that's what happens when you fail with empathy.
Okay.
Yeah, and so that's but your successes are whittling away her resistance to giving you what you want, right? So that's what it is. So you are making progress. It just doesn't affect your rolls. That's all.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll give it a shot. I just feel like I'm gonna blow this one too.
Well, you gotta try different approaches on things, but
I am trying a different approach.
I know. Go. We'll see.
This isn't like you can't say that. This is a different approach altogether.
I know.
You can do it.
There you go.
All right.
Look at you did it.
I got it, motherfucker.
There you go. You got it. See, you were thinking you weren't going to. So you have.
Thanks, Golgi.
That's right. It's all on him.
I'm here for you, man.
Thanks, buddy.
There you go. You did it. So you've opened up all of her doors. And she will give you what you wanted. What was your goal again?
All right, look at my goal.
Your goal was to make friends. I think it was one of your aspirations, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, you wanted her to trust you and be, make a friend, sort of thing.
Right.
So you have successfully won her over. She would now consider you a friend. So much so that if you try to socially maneuver her again in the future, because you've been successful on this social maneuvering, you'll have one less door that you have to open up.
Okay. Question: do I get a merit now or anything like that? Like an ally or some shit?
Not quite. She's not that. You could invest experience if you wanted to solidify her as that. You could invest in experience or whatever the cost would be to do that.
Just curious.
But right now she's basically an NPC that will react to you in a friendly manner. At the end of the story, we can adjust dots and things like that to reflect that.
Okay, sounds good.
Cool.
I am
all right. At good. That, you hear kind of a deep voice say, touching manuscripts is not really good for them. And you look to your right, and standing there is a short, barrel-chested guy. He's kind of got some, Mediterranean features, whether it's Spanish or Italian or Greek or something like that. You can't really tell. But he's got a pretty, despite his stature, he's got a fairly imposing presence. What's his name there? The guy that played Thorin Oakenshield.
Yeah.
Hobbit. You know how he just kind of had that presence, even though he was a shorter, stockier character.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that kind of feel, right?
Okay.
Deep bass voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he shock us both? Do we just snap at it kind of thing? Whoa.
Well, yeah, Karen kind of slides her hand back and just kind of looks up and blushes and looks down and, you know, kind of like was caught, you know, in an act sort of thing.
Yeah, obviously. It was something on the page or just wiping it off, eyelash or something.
Right. You Elliot?
I'm Elliot, yes. And you are Jin.
I am. And he puts his hand forward to shake your hand.
And I put my hand forward.
It's
shake.
Yeah. It's an interesting book you got there, Elliot.
Agreed. It is. You wouldn't believe what it writes.
What it writes?
Yeah. Like, when I write when I write what I think I see on the page, it's completely different than what my friend here is writing on the page.
Well, that's strange.
Here, give it a shot. Give it a shot. Here, write whatever you see on here.
All right, he takes a look at the book.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't even know what language that is.
That's fine. Just write what you think you see.
All right, he writes down a couple words.
Okay, and then we're going to show him both of ours. We wrote exactly the same page. Are they the same? Just curious.
No, they're all different.
Pretty crazy, right?
That's really very strange.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really don't think I've ever come across anything like that before. Where'd you get this book?
Found it.
Yeah, where'd you find it?
I don't know. On the streets.
Okay. With that, well, it's a little early still, so. On the streets where?
Dude, I just found it. I'm going to close the book and kind of tuck it. Are you going to help us or not?
Well, that's what I'm trying to do, but if you're not going to give me information, it's going to be kind of hard for me to find things that might be able to kind of decipher it. If I know where you found it, I can find things related to where you found it.
I found it in Chicago on a street. Quite literally.
Just on the street.
On the street, man.
Was it in the, I don't know, Polish district? Because that might help us. Was it in the Ukrainian district?
Well, it's pretty, it's been, I just found it recently. It's been pretty cold, so I think I might have been in the, Chinatown district. It could have been the Italian district. Maybe the Chinese district.
Okay, so Chinese or
For
Italian.
me, the back streets are back streets. They all look alike.
Well, okay, you seem to be, and he kind of looks at what you're wearing. You seem to be a guy that knows his way around the back streets. Sure. I can tell you that none of this, he points to the things that you guys all wrote down, is Italian. And doesn't look like Chinese to me, but maybe it's some older form of these.
Maybe, but it's kind of weird that we don't see the same thing, right?
I agree. That is very weird.
Could you find anyone else? You've never seen this thing before yet. Is there anyone else that you could think of that could help us more then? Not putting you down, but if you've never seen this, then who would you think has seen something like this?
Well, exactly. So my job here is, is basically I'm a research librarian. So my job is to make sure that I'm able to help people get the things that they need to do their research. Also, I'm, looking at library science stuff about categorizing and keeping information and the like. But I do know a number of people, which is why I kind of wanted to know where you found it, that might be able to kind of figure out just what's going on with this. You ever seen one of those magic eye pictures where you look at it in a certain way? Yeah, you look at it a certain way, all of a sudden you can see a 3D image.
Yeah, those are cool.
Yeah, well, this could be something like that that's causing us to see different text.
This thing looks like it was written 1,000 years old. They were doing stuff like that back then.
He's like, can I see the book again?
Sure. I'm gonna reluctantly kind of open it to him.
Yeah, and he kind of just.
And I'm gonna look at Karen while I do it too.
Yeah, she just looks at you like, okay, it's your book, right? But he kind of touches the pages and kind of opens and closes the cover. He's like, it's not that old. Like, this might be. No, it's just the book might be older. Like, it might have been put together in the 1950s or something like that. Just the binding on it, things like that. But it doesn't look like it's that old. It's certainly not written in a modern language, but the book itself isn't some sort of ancient, flaky manuscript.
So it's not worth much, you're saying?
Oh, I wouldn't say that. I'd say it could be worth quite a bit. Depends whose it is and what it actually contains. Information is what's worth things.
True.
So,
all right, so do you think you can help us?
Well, I'd like to try to. I need to know if you're willing to leave that with me so I can bring it around to people to have them take a look at it.
Can I roll to see if he's being like genuine or he's just like fucking me?
No, it'd be either wits plus empathy or wits plus subterfuge.
Wits plus empathy or wits plus subterfuge.
Yep. Okay. And you would be penalized by his
resolve. Composure.
It'd be by his composure, which is a 4.
In fact, I have wits and manipulations on there. 4?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. He's really composed, man. And I told you before you had a chance to see whether you were going to spend willpower, so I'll still let you spend willpower if you want. But
how many dice do I got here? 6 minus 4. Ooh. No, I'm gonna go for it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna spend willpower here. So minus 4.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Nope. Yeah.
Damn.
He seems to be on the level. I mean, he seems to know what he's talking about.
Okay, man. I'm gonna trust you here.
All right.
Is there like any paperwork I can like sign to get it back or anything like that?
Yeah, I want as much information from you about you as I can get, so I know where you found it, who you are, how we can get a hold of you. Because I'd like to make sure that if this is indeed yours, that you get it back. I'm not about to steal something that's somebody's book, but if it's not yours, we also got to make sure it gets back to the person that it belongs to.
Well, the finder's fee, obviously.
Well, I can honestly say that a lot of people are very grateful when they get something that they've lost returned to them.
All right.
But I can't guarantee anything like that.
Of course. Right.
Yeah. All right. So he brings you over to a desk there, and he writes down everything that you tell him. I don't know, are you going to tell him much detail about how you found it, or just...
Nope. Not about how I found it. I just found it in the alley.
Yeah, just what you've told him so far. Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Which isn't incorrect.
Yeah, and he has a big Ziploc bag that he puts the book in.
Yeah.
And he writes on the bag with a Sharpie and stuff like that. And, he's got, he makes you sign the paper, and Karen just like, I didn't find this, right? She's like, this is his book, right? She's just, not trying to leave a trail of any sort.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Cool. And, while you guys are doing that, Karen excuses herself and heads to the bathroom. I want you to give me a wits plus composure or a wits plus medicine check, whichever one's higher.
Wits plus composure plus subterfuge. No.
Plus subterfuge.
Submit. 3 successes.
There you go. So yeah, you do notice that her bottom, the back of her left calf, her jeans are bloodied, like there's blood soaking through them.
Okay.
like
Sounds good.
kind of
Okay.
like upper, I guess, like the meatiest part of her calf.
Sure.
Right.
I'm gonna ask. Yeah, I'm gonna ask Jin here if there's a first aid kit around.
What's the matter?
I think my friend here hurt herself.
Oh, we can get her some first aid. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah. So when she comes back, is like, well, before she comes back, Jim's like, hey, what's wrong with her? Like what does she need?
I think she hurt her leg.
Like a cut?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. When she comes back, he's like, hey, notice that you hurt yourself there. I've got a first aid kit. We can fix you up. Right. And she's, are you trying to help convince her to get that taken care of? Or?
No, I might as well. Is she resisting?
She doesn't want anybody to deal with it. So she is going to resist. And it's going to be active. So she is going to roll against you guys. So it's going to be a sort of, a persuasion check, a manipulation plus persuasion.
All right, let's manipulate her.
Okay. Yeah, so he's going to be the primary on this one, just because he initiated. So you get to roll first, manipulation plus persuasion.
He's super composed, so that will work, right?
His composure, it's his manipulation. His presence is really high, but he's trying to convince her, so it would be manipulation at this point.
Oh god, he's got a -1.
So you get to go first.
One
sorry, you have to roll against her composure as well, right? So her composure is 3. Oh. So you only get
what?
1 die. Yeah, her composure's been 3 the whole time.
Oh, come on. Whatever, I'm just using this crazy right now.
Yeah.
You could do it.
Thanks. What's her composure? 3?
3. So basically we can keep that roll then if you want, because that would be what you right.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool. And then that'll add 1 to him, so he's going to get to roll 3.
Please put some willpower into this.
Well, it's not that important to him.
Please, Mr. GM.
But he got 2 successes, and so now. Oh, you know what?
What?
I already said that she was going to contest this roll, so I'm giving this back to you. So, okay. And I'm going to roll another 3 dice for him.
Please be better.
There we go, and an additional success. No, it's we're
okay.
Yeah,
worse.
because I'm not penalizing. I'm not penalizing your rolls by her composure.
Oh, I see.
She gets to roll her resolve and composure.
I feel a screw job coming, guys.
Always the.
You're me I'm gonna willpower 17 dice.
Yeah. So. There we go.
5 successes.
Oh, no success. So.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah. He convinces her, that
gotta get looked at.
hands. Yeah. He's got he's actually the first aid guy as well. That's the other thing, right? He's like, I'm the guy that's and where is he here? There he is. Oh no, he's not. But he grabs the first aid person, and she brings her over to a spot where they can take a look at it.
Okay.
Are you trying to accompany, or are you?
Yeah. Well, I'm a friend. I'm gonna look after her. So.
Okay, cool. I just want you to give me then a presence plus socialize roll to basically just kind of look like you just it's so nonchalant you just totally look like you should be there.
Okay.
Right, as opposed to you're the street kid that's just tagging along.
Well, this is actually going to be a chance die, I think. We have 0 in socialize and 1 in presence. Brutal. Okay, here we go.
It's okay.
Nope.
But did you roll a 1? No.
Nope.
And don't forget, guys, this is just now.
I can fail. I know.
This reminds me that if you fail, you can dramatically fail and get a beat.
Yeah, I know. I'm not gonna risk this. I just built a door or knocked down one.
All right, cool. They're, so you're kind of like following, and the woman doing the first aid is like, you just wait outside. She closes the door.
Okay. All right, I'll chill with Jin there.
Yeah, and you guys shoot the breeze. He's very,
So where are you from?
I'm from Chicago.
Like, whereabouts in Chicago?
And he tells you the, Little Italy area.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
How about you?
Any good restaurants?
A lot of good restaurants, yeah.
Me, I'm from the north side there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm kind of everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm sure by the looks of me, you can probably tell.
How long you been everywhere?
More years than I care to count.
All right. Cool.
Yeah. If there was ever anything better, I would definitely do that instead, let me tell you.
All right. And, so Karen comes out, and her leg looks a little bit bulkier around the calf there.
Mm-hmm. Before she comes out, can I ask this gentleman something? Before? Yeah. Hey, listen. Like I said, it's nothing. If there's a better condition that I could achieve, I would definitely do that. So, just one person to another. Do you know if there's any small-time job opportunities here? It's a really nice area. I think it's probably safer than some of the places I'd probably be working at.
Well, how old are you?
16.
Well, you can probably get hired at the different restaurants in the, in the student area, right? The student building.
I think so. Who do I talk to?
Well, you got to put an application in with each of the restaurants, but they're more likely to hire one of our students than they are just anybody. But if it'll help, I can put a good word in for you. You seem like a good guy.
That'd be great, man. Thanks, Jen. I really appreciate that.
Yeah. You look like you could use a break.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Anyways, oh look.
Yeah, they're there. All right, and like I said, she's definitely got her calf bandaged up under her pants there, and she just kind of walks up to you awkwardly. She's like, "Can we get out of here?"
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, we can definitely. You got my contact information right there, Jen.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
How do you have a phone?
I have a phone. Yes.
Did you put the number there?
Yeah, I wrote it down.
Okay, good. All right there, Elliot. You put together something, kind of just things you've done. You bring it back here on Wednesday night, and I'll just drop it off. I'll make sure that it gets to some of the restaurateurs here.
Awesome. Thanks. I really, really appreciate it. And thank you. Sorry, I didn't catch your name. I'm talking to the woman who helped Karen there.
Yeah, she says Jen.
Jen.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Jen.
Yeah. She's like, and Karen, you should really get that looked at. You don't want that to get infected. And she's like, yeah, okay, thank you. And she just kind of looks awkward.
Okay. So, we're gonna walk away from the library there and move into the student center.
Okay.
To probably get something to eat since we just got up not too long ago and haven't eaten anything and did a marathon.
Yeah, you guys are probably pretty hungry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Cool. All right. Speaking of people that are eating, we're going to jump back to Golgotha and Teku, then we'll hit Vahilo, because I know, Teku, you had to take off pretty soon. So there you go.
Yeah, if we can manage it.
Yeah.
So speaking of social maneuvering, I was hoping to pull some of that with Grayson. I had started to mention how it would be my preference to get him the book, and I'm hoping that's one of his aspirations, as it were.
Okay, what is it what's your goal in your maneuvering?
I'm looking to improve my impression, I think.
Your impression is part of how you maneuver, but your goal in maneuvering would be like, I want Grayson to do something for me or give something to me, or that's kind of your goal.
Oh, okay.
Your impression
well, in that
will
case,
tell you how frequently you can roll to get him to open up those doors. Yeah.
I will note that Grayson is an open book. He's willing to share this with us.
Yeah. I'm more looking to solidify, I guess, an ally.
Okay,
Is that
so you
the
kind
best
of
way
want
to put it?
You kind of want to do what Elliot did with Karen, basically.
Yeah.
You want him to be your friend.
Sure.
Okay. Cool. All right.
Because at this point, I mean, he more than fits the bill as far as, personality compatibilities, and he seems reliable, and now we've been through some shit, so there's like relatable conversational subject matter.
Yeah, I mean, so we can do this without having to resolve things. I mean, if Grayson doesn't need any convincing, if Grayson would also consider Christopher to be of the friendly sort, then you guys can just become friends, right? Like, it doesn't...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't have to resolve it in that way. Usually, you have to do the maneuvering where there's resistance, where,
Yeah, I got you.
You have to basically maneuver him to give you what you want. So, So I don't know if Grayson is opposed to that, but
oh hell no.
Yeah.
I'm very friendly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
well,
much so that
that
you happen to have picked up both a football player and a cheerleader.
Oh fuck you.
Very friendly.
Yeah.
Well, spinning back to the cheerleader football player combo, I don't know what we should do about that, if anything.
Well, I mean, what's there to do? I mean, who do we talk to about this? Oh, we went to a place that shouldn't exist anymore, and were accosted by the ghost of a cheerleader and a football player. That's stuff they put you in a hospital for.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, it's. I don't want to be glib and say it is what it is, but it kind of is what it is.
I mean, the Ghostbusters were centered out of New York, I think, so that's not super helpful either.
Ghostbusters?
This is going to be a thing now, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to make sure it's a thing, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have to brush up on my references.
Yeah.
All right, but as far as the book goes, what I can do is try and send out some, I guess, inter-office emails among the different libraries in the area, just to kind of be on the lookout for anyone trying to sell or inquire about the book. I'm sure...
And you can probably provide a description as well. It would be on file, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's a really good idea. I should have thought of that, of course.
I'm sure you can
somebody's going to get offense for it, yeah.
You can put something out among the faculty because, I mean, you have a number of professors on staff.
Yes, in fact, the gentleman who I think got us out of trouble with the security was somebody I was just introduced to this morning. He was curious about the book as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, absolutely. I'll do that as well. Good idea. Nice.
Okay.
Nice. By the way, I don't really know much about you. How long have you been working here?
Beating the hell out of the table.
Sorry. So those people are listening. I'm a hand talker, and unfortunately, I'm hitting the side of my my.
There's
chair.
a new invention you can get. It's called like felt. You just get a little square of it.
No. My leather chair is awesome, and it's going to be beaten like a redheaded stepchild at this point.
Wow. Couldn't have gone rented mule. We just went.
It's a common expression. It doesn't actually mean I'm violent.
Well, when life gives you melons, you're dyslexic. Moving on.
Okay. In any case. Like, how long have you been at the library?
A couple years. Yeah, I mean, I'm from the greater Chicago area.
Oh, me too. I'm from blah, blah, blah area.
Oh, That is certainly an area.
It is indeed an area.
It's on the lower side, right?
Exactly.
Like westernmost east side, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
precisely.
But yes. I kind of want to do a little bit of digging just into the history of the field. I'm not exactly inclined to rush back there.
Oh, absolutely.
Person.
Yeah, absolutely.
But this isn't the kind of thing I can just forget.
No, me too. I mean, I'm very curious about why it's, there. I'll be honest, I'm kind of curious to go back.
I am, but in equal measure, I am not. At least not until I'm a whole lot better prepared, and I don't know that I could be. But
well, how do you prepare for?
We're walking into so many unknowns. Like, I mean, do we accept that the supernatural just exists now? Is this? Yeah. And that's why I wouldn't mind looking up the historical significance of the field, if only for its physical features, so that I could confirm this wasn't, as you said, a gas leak.
Well, for me, it's a matter of like, is there anything? For me, it's the cheerleader and the football player. I mean, what's that connection?
Well, I was taking it a little simpler. We have a rough description of what these two would look like.
Hey, I've got an idea.
I work in a library, and it's kind of a snow day.
Yeah,
so
there are pictures of former students.
Typically.
And given the clothing, they're like, we're talking 1940s, 1950s, so we've kind of narrowed it down a bit.
Well, that's it. And the football team would be limited in size relative to the general student body, so he'd probably be a better place to start. But you got a better look at him than I did.
I most certainly did.
Not to drag that up immediately.
Yeah, well, it is, like I said, I mean, you're not wrong. Yeah, that's a really good idea. I'm very curious to know if we could find the pictures of these people. If it wasn't just our,
I could tell you definitively, finding those yearbooks would not be difficult, I imagine, given that I'm in a school-affiliated library.
You could find yearbooks.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
Well, sir, I think we have a project. I take my beer up and, to a toast.
Clink.
All right. And with that, we will call this round done. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, if you like what you hear, hit subscribe. Hit the bell if you want to be notified of when we put out more content. We try to have one out once a week and follow up with some GM tips that are associated with the episode. So keep an eye on this YouTube channel. Again, check us out on our Discord and or on Twitter. Until next time, if you can't roll high, you can always hang with us at Initiative 0.